Welcome back, students. A very delightful morning to all of you. I believe you all are doing fine at your home. Now, do you remember what we have read yesterday? The first chapter, The Tiny Teacher. And the book name is The Alien Hand. It is a supplementary book of English Class 7 NCERT. So, yesterday we read about the ant and about their disciplined life, peaceful life, their sincerity, their intelligence, and their bravery. Now, certain other things which we have to know are here given. There are three facts given here which we should know about the ants. And the first thing is that the queen ant has a pair of wings which she casts off before she begins to lay egg. This one. So this means the queen ant has pairs of wings that you understand, and which she casts off before she begins to. Casts off means to flap it up. That means casts off. The next point is that eggs hatch and become grubs. Grubs change into cocoons, and cocoons break to bring forth complete ants. This is how the transformation of a adult ant take place. When egg hatching is a process, you know that how the birds are hatching their eggs, and then after the young one is coming out, in the same way egg is hatched by the queen ant, and then grubs are coming out, and grubs then after changing into cocoons, and the cocoons breaks into the fourth complete ant. Third fact which we are going to read is the life of an ordinary ant in the ant hill is a book which many of seldom open. So here in this third para, what it is been said, like, we must understand the ant hill is like a book, because if we want to know more about the life of an ordinary ant, we must have to read that ant hill as a book. Then after we will understand more. But unfortunately, many of us are not opening that seldom. So that's the another part. Now let's start the reading for today. The queen is the mother of entire population of the colony. It lives for about 15 years. Okay, so now you can understand what is the age of the queen ant. That is 15 years. It has a pair of wings, but bites them off after its bedding flight. This flight takes place on a hot summer day. The queen leaves the nest and goes out to meet a male ant and drawn high up in the air. On its return to earth, it gets rid of its wings and then does nothing but lay eggs. Eggs hatch and grubs come out. Soldiers guard them, workers feed them and clean them, and also carry them about daily for airing, exercise, and sunshine. 2 or 3 weeks later, grubs become cocoons and lie without food or activity for 3 weeks more. Then the cocoons break and perfect ants appear. Now it is time for a teaching and training. New ants learn their duties from old ants as workers, soldiers, builders, cleaners, etc. After a few weeks training, the small ants are ready to go out into the big world of work. An anthill is a home not only for ants but also for some other creatures like beetles, lesser breeds of ants, and the green fly. Why do ants want these alien creatures to live in their nests? The reason is that for several reasons. Some give off smell pleasant to the ants' senses, other gives sweet juices, and some are just pets or playthings like cats and dogs to human beings. The green fly is the ants' cows. The ants train it to give honeydew like milk with a touch of their antenna. They milk it just as we milk the cow. Have humans learned as much as ants have? Perhaps they have, but they haven't put their learning to good use. They may still learn a few things from this tiny teacher: hard work, sense of duty and discipline, cleanliness, care for the young ones, and above all, a firm loyalty to the land where they live. So, dear student, as we have read the second portion and we can understand, the queen is the mother of entire population of the colony. So, I mean, if there is one ant hill, then we must understand all the insects or ants living there is having only one mother, and that is the queen is the mother of all ants, and her life is about 15 years. And as usual, she is having a pairs of wings but bites them off when they are flying for the wedding. Wedding, you understand, that is the marriage. So when she is getting married, she is having a flight. So she is flying in the sky, and while flying in the sky, when she is taking the flight in a hot summer day, that time the queen is leaving the nest and goes out in the sky to meet the male ant. Male ant is here the husband of queen ant, or drone up in the high air. So you can understand that when she is getting married, for increasing their population, she is going to meet with the male ant in the sky with taking the flights up in hot summer day. During this meeting, they are getting rid of its wing, the wing which has been talked about, a pair of wings, that is they are leaving during the meeting with male ant. On its return to the earth, it's get rid of its wing and then does nothing but lay eggs. So I mean, when she's meeting with the male ant there, I mean, she's having a discourse with male ant, and she's becoming pregnant. And then when she is coming back to the earth, she is laying the egg, and then after she is hatching them out, so that the grubs will come out of that. And then the soldiers' duty starts, where the soldiers are guarding them. Workers' duty starts, where the workers are feeding them, and cleaners' duty starts, where the cleaners are helping them to live in a clean environment. And it has been said here that 2 or 3 weeks later, grubs become cocoons and lie without food or activity for 3 weeks more. So a young ant, when they are becoming cocoon, they are living without food or any activity for 3 weeks more. Now why they are doing so? Because then the cocoon will break and perfect ant will come out of that. So thereafter their training session starts, where they get the teaching and training all along. And after that, new ants learn their duties from the old ants as workers, soldiers, builders, cleaners, whatever they belong from. And after a few weeks of training, the small ants are ready to go out into the big world of work. So you can see here in the picture that how the main pair of wings are getting separated from the I mean queen ant, and how when they are coming back to the earth, how they're I mean like giving birth to a new young ant, and how the grubs are becoming cocoon, and then after getting training into that. One more interesting fact which you should know, that an ant hill is a home not only for ants but also for some other creatures. Now it means, what are the other creatures? Other creatures are like beetles, lesser breeds of ants, and the green fly. These are the creatures who lives there or share the same home, the ant hill. And why do ants want these aliens creature to live in their nest? Because for several reason, and the several reason is like to getting something, like someone gives off a smell pleasant to the ant sense, so they can develop their sensing, and then after some are giving sweet juices, so they are utilizing it as a food later on, and then they are also playing with the pets, like as we are having the pets, cat, dog, parrot. So in the same way they are having the pets. And what are the pets? The green flies are the pets. And apart from that, the green flies are also the ants cows. So we are having cows and we are milking them, so in the same way they are just touching with their antenna, and then after they are milking to that green fly in the same way we do to the cow. So we have learned more about the this tiny teacher, and we should also imitate what they are doing. We should follow in our daily life, in our own life. Thank you. Thanks for attending this class. Now we'll meet next day with the discussion of the chapter, and we'll discuss a few things like the comprehension check and all. Okay, thank you. Thanks for attending the online classes. We'll meet next day.